Hello and welcome to today's video. We're going to cover APAC, the new region forming, formerly PCS, VCS, LJL, and OS, all turning into one region with 8 teams going into this year. It is a shame that there are 35 to 40 teams becoming only 8. I don't know if they're doing a relegation format similar to America's or not, but nevertheless, it is a shame. So in this region, I believe it's 1 OS team, 2 Japanese teams, 2 Vietnamese teams, and currently 3 PCS teams. We have Chief Esports Club, who technically I believe last week sold their slot to Furry Global. So Fury, sorry, Global. So with that in mind, I don't know if Fury Global is going to be the representative or not. If it is, they do have a roster. I don't know if it's under contract or not, but I know Chiefs, the entire roster that they had last year are gone. Chiefs was one of the better rosters domestically over the last several years. A couple of years back, they went undefeated. I think 21-0. You know, they would just pick up the best OS players and run the lineup and then go to an international event and struggle. OS playing into the PCS the last couple of years in the playoffs really struggled. I don't think 2 years ago they might not have even had a win, or maybe just one. And then last year I think they may have won a series early on in playoffs against maybe a PCS 5 or 6 seed. Nevertheless, did not do very well relative to how well Japan did. But as we see here, Chief has no players under contract. The best OS players, I guess, they could run. If they want to, they could run PCS players, etc. Import CFOs, so CTBC Flying Oysters. They currently still have Karsa, Hunkyu, and Sword Art under contract. So Driver and Rest are free agents, as well as Gory and Shun. DFM, that entire roster is not under contract. Are DFM going to go through a rebuild? We'll see. They've run the same roster for years now with, Evie's out, but I think they had Ray Farkey this past year. But Steel, Arya, Utapon, and Harp, 3 of those 4. The mid lane swapping out every once in a while when Arya tried to go back to Korea and then returned back to DFM to play in Japan once more. I mean, they were getting to the end of their rope, especially Utapon. One of the older players in a Worlds qualifying region. I'm not shocked if he doesn't get re-signed. And then we're in a situation where, DFM currently have nobody under contract. SoftBank Hawks Gaming, they don't have anybody under contract either, and they were the 2 seed from the PCS last year. Like I said, Japan were very competitive in the playoffs and actually were able to get to the Worlds event. But Evie, Forest, Dasher, Marble, and Vista are all free agents. GAM Esports, of course, GAM, Levi might be done, in which case definitely lost a face of the region. Kiaya in top lane certainly could take that mantle, but he is also a free agent. Emo and Elio off of that roster still remain. Stick is listed on the Leaguepedia main roster, but he did not play during Worlds, as Easy Love was the AD carry at the time, and Neo was a substitute that did not play, and is not under contract going into this next season at the moment. PSG Talon, competitive team. We saw them internationally do quite well also. Go as far as GAM did, and at MSI we're very competitive. We got Aji in top lane. Is still under contract, as well as Betty at 80 carry. So Maple, if he retires, is done. In which case, we also have Junjia and Woody, free agents as well. Team Wales, Hosmed, still under contract. Hosmed played with Saigon Buffalo the last, years past and went to Worlds. But as far as that, Team Wales, the rest of their team, not under contract going into next year, and they're one of the 2 Vietnamese representatives. Sorry, actually, that's my mistake. There are 3 Vietnamese representatives on here. There's three Vietnamese teams, 2 PCS teams, 2 Japanese teams, and an OS team. Just realize that Team Wales, Vikings, and GAM are all Vietnamese. So, you know, oops. Vikings represented Vietnam as well at Worlds. Currently, Nanu and Toppling is gone, as well as BA in the support role. But Shogun, Kadi, and Guri are all under contract going into next year. In my opinion, though, when we do get this constriction of teams and this, you know, combining of talent and making what we would consider to be a Vietnamese super team or a PCS super team or Japanese super team, they're going to be more competitive internationally than they were before. As well as even the Americas teams, because there are less spots available, so you have more options. You pick up better players, like those teams that were towards the bottom of the standings that may have had one really good player. Well, that really good player can now be on a good team and make that good team even better. And that's what's going to happen even more so for these minor regions where half of their regions are gone. Like, it wouldn't shock me at all if we see some very competitive minor region teams, formerly minor region teams, at this event. At these events going forward. I have to even change the way I speak about minor regions and major regions, because there's only 5 regions now, and in my opinion, I'm coming around on the thought that the LCK and LPL are now the major regions, and Europe, North America, well, Europe, Americas, and the APAC region are all the minor regions. I think that's what's going to have to go going forward here. Because really, competitively speaking, it is the LCK and LPL's world, and the rest of the teams are just living in it. So until that changes, that is what it is. But nevertheless, I could put down a free agency list, but so many teams are now defunct. I don't know what's going on with them. There are countless players in every role that are available for these spots, and not to mention imports, etc. Who knows how good these teams might end up looking? How good is how I want to phrase it, because like I said, I think these teams are going to be better than we've seen in years past because of the talent pool having less places to go. So that is the thing. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.